Hello everyone, I'm CA Neeraj B. Welcome to my YouTube channel @Accounting Buddy NB. In today's video, we will only focus on practical illustrations related to the topic special purpose books. This will include recording of transactions in the purchase book and sales book, including the transactions which are related to the value of the goods, freight and the packing charges. We will also cover the month-end journal entries and learn how to post them into the supplier, customer and the expense ledger accounts step by step. No theory in this video, only practicals to strengthen your application of skills in the real accounting scenarios. So grab a seat and stay till the end to master the special purpose books. Let us learn more about purchase book with an illustration. From the following information of Lovely Trading LLC, prepare the cash book for the month of February 25. Transaction T1 is on your screens. On 1st of February 25, sugar in various pack sizes and quantity was purchased from the supplier Tolly Trading LLC. The supplier also offered a trade discount of 10%. Now this credit purchase transaction will appear in the purchase book of Lovely Trading LLC as displayed on your screen. In the date column, date on which the transaction occurred, that is 1st of February 25, will be written. In the particulars column, the name of the supplier along with the details of the goods purchased will be mentioned. The details include quantity purchased, pack size and the rate of each item along with the unit of measurement. The gross value of each item purchased will be mentioned in the details column. The total value of the goods purchased is also mentioned in the details column, which in this illustration comes to $125,000. The trade discount of 10% allowed will be mentioned in the particulars column and the value of the discount of $12,500 in the details column just below the total value of the purchases. Net value of purchases, that is $112,500 after deducting the trade discount, will be mentioned in the amounts column. Transaction T2 is on your screens. On 10th of February 25, Lovely Trading bought two type of tea packs from Kohli Trading LLC at a trade discount of 10%. This transaction will be recorded in the purchase book as displayed on your screens. In the date column, the actual date of purchase, that is 10th of February 25, will be written. The name of the supplier, Kohli Trading LLC, along with the complete description of goods is mentioned in the particulars column. The gross amount of each item will be mentioned in the details column. Total value of the goods purchased under the transaction amounting to $63,000 is also mentioned in the detail column. Trade discount of 10% offered by the supplier is also mentioned in the particulars column, and the discount value of $6,300 is mentioned in the details column below the total value of the goods. The net purchase value of $56,700 after deducting the trade discount will be shown under the column of amount. Transaction T3 is that on 15th of February 25, Lovely Trading LLC purchased 200 cartons of condensed milk at $1,000 per carton. This transaction will be recorded on 15th of February 25 as displayed on your screens. The name of the supplier along with the complete particulars of the transaction is mentioned under the particulars column. The total value, that is $200,000 worth of purchases, is mentioned in the amount column. At the end of the month, all the credit purchase transactions are totaled. In this illustration, the total value of the purchases for the month of February 25 comes to $369,200. And on last day of February 25, that is 28th of February 25, the total value is posted to the purchase account by debiting an amount of $369,200. Let us take another illustration of recording transactions in a purchase book of Messer Tolly Trading LLC. Transaction T1 is on your screens. Tolly Trading LLC bought 200 electric bulbs at $5 each and also bought 100 tube lights at $10 each from Tube Trading LLC on 1st of March 25 at a trade discount of 10%. This transaction will appear in the purchase book as displayed on your screens. In the date column, the date on which the transaction took place, that is 1st of March 25, is mentioned. In the particulars column, the name of the supplier, Tube Trading LLC, along with the full description and details of the goods bought is mentioned. The value of each item of goods is mentioned in the details column. The total value of all the goods bought is also mentioned in the details column. The percentage of trade discount allowed on the goods is mentioned under the particulars column. The value of the trade discount allowed is mentioned under details column. The net purchase cost after deducting the trade discount is mentioned under the cost column. The transaction T2 is on your screens. Tolly Trading LLC purchased 20 electrical heaters at $50 each and also purchased 100 table fans at $75 each from Poly Electric LLC on 11th of March 25. The supplier also charged $100 as packing charges on these goods. This transaction will appear as displayed on your screens. In the date column, the date on which the transaction took place, that is 11th of March 25, is mentioned. In the particulars column, the name of the supplier, Poly Electrical LLC, along with the full description and details of the goods bought is mentioned. The value of each item is separately mentioned under the details column. The total value of all the items bought is also mentioned in the details column. The additional charge of packing charges is mentioned under the particulars column. The value of the packing charges is mentioned under the details column and again under the packing charges column. The value or the cost of the goods bought is also mentioned under the cost column. The sum total of the total of goods $8,500 and packing expenses of $100 is mentioned under the total column, which in our illustration comes to $8,600. On 21st of March 25, Tolly Trading LLC bought 100 bulbs at $3 each from Bulb Trading LLC on cash. Since this is a cash transaction, it will not be recorded in the purchase books. On 27th of March 25, Tolly Trading bought 10 dozens of electrical bulbs at $5 each and also bought 100 power plugs at $2 each from Molly Electric LLC. The supplier also charged $25 as freight charges for the transaction. This transaction will appear as displayed on your screens. In the date column, the date on which the transaction took place, that is 27th of March 25, is mentioned. In the particulars column, the name of the supplier, Molly Electric LLC, along with the full description and details of the goods bought is mentioned. The value of each item is separately mentioned under the details column. The total value of all the items bought is also mentioned in the details column. The additional charge of freight is also mentioned under the particulars column. The value of the freight charged is mentioned under the details column and again under the freight column. The value of the cost of goods bought is also mentioned under the cost column. The sum total of the goods $800 plus $25 freight cost is mentioned under the total column, which in our illustration comes to $825. At the end of the month, all the columns of the purchase book are totaled. In our illustration, the total cost of the goods purchased is $11,100 and the total freight and the packing charges are $25 and $100 respectively. The total value payable to various suppliers comes to $11,225. Now the journal entry for the purchase book transactions discussed in the previous slide is displayed on your screens. The entry is passed on the last day of the month, and in our illustration the last day of the month of March is 31st March 25. The accounts which are affected are purchase account, and it will be debited by the total value of the purchase made during the month of March 25 for $11,100 after deducting the amount of trade discount. The amount of freight paid to the supplier will be debited to freight inward account for $25. The amount of packing charges agreed to be paid extra to the supplier will be debited to packing charges account for $100. Now the respective supplier accounts will be credited with the net value of the purchase after deducting the trade discount if any, and by adding the other expenses if any agreed to be paid to the respective supplier on account of freight or packing charges as the case may be. Therefore, Tube Trading LLC will be credited with $1,800 after deducting 10% trade discount from the list price of the goods of $2,000. Poly Electrical LLC account is credited with $8,600 being the total of the value of the goods for $8,500 and packing charges of $100. And Molly Electric LLC account is credited with $8,025 being the sum total of the value of the goods of $800 and $25 for freight charges. Narration of the transaction is also written, which in this illustration is being the purchase for the month of March 25. Let us now understand the mechanics of posting of purchase book in the ledger accounts. In the particulars column of the purchase book, name of the party from whom the goods are purchased on credit is written. The amount payable to the supplier is credited to his account by writing the words by purchase account with the value of the goods purchased. In addition to the value of goods, in case any other amount such as freight charges is also payable to the supplier, such an amount is posted to the credit side of the supplier account by writing the words by freight inward account. Let us now post the entries of purchase book to the ledger account of respective supplier accounts. The abstract of the purchase book related to the goods purchased from Tube Trading LLC for $1,800 net of trade discount is displayed on your screens. This purchase transaction will be posted to the supplier account of Tube Trading LLC as displayed on your screens. The entry will be posted on 1st of March 25 on the credit side of Tube Trading LLC by writing the words by purchase account in the particulars column for $1,800. Next purchase book transaction of the purchase of goods from Poly Electric LLC is displayed on your screens. This purchase transaction will be posted to the supplier account of Poly Electric LLC. The entry will be posted on the date of the transaction, that is 11th March 25 on the credit side of the account of Poly Electric LLC by writing the words by purchase account for $8,500 and by writing by packing charges account for $100. Next purchase book abstract of the purchase transaction for electric goods purchased from Molly Electric LLC is displayed on your screens. Let us see how this transaction is posted to the supplier account of Molly Electric LLC account. The transaction will be posted on 27th March 25 on the credit side of the account of Molly Electric LLC by writing the words by purchase account for $800 and by writing the words "by packing charges account" for $25. We have done one part of the posting of the purchase book entries to the respective supplier accounts. Now let us do the posting of the second aspect into other accounts. The purchase book we created in the previous slide is appearing on your screens. Let us see how the entry will be posted in the purchase account. At the end of the month, the purchase book is totaled, and on the last day of the month, that is 31st March 25, the entry will be posted in the purchase account on 31st March 25 on the debit side of the purchase account by writing the words "to sundries as per purchase book" for $11,100. Next ledger account in which we need to do the posting is that of packing charges. The amount paid as packing charges to one of the supplier will be posted in the packing charges account. The entry will be posted on 31st March 25 on the debit side of the packing charges account by writing the words "to sundries as per purchase book" in the particulars column for $100. Now the freight paid to one of the supplier will be posted in the freight inward account on 31st March 25 on the debit side of the freight inward account by writing the words "to sundries as per purchase book" for $25. Let us learn how to record credit sales transaction in a sales book with an illustration. From the following information of John Trading LLC, prepare sales book for the month of February 25. Transaction T1 is on your screens. On 1st of February 25, John Trading LLC sold 501 kg sugar packs, 1502 kg sugar packs and 2000 packs of 5 kg sugar at respective per kg rates displayed on your screens to the customer Tolly Trading LLC on credit. John Trading LLC also offered 10% trade discount. This credit purchase transaction will appear in the purchase book as displayed on your screens. The transaction will be recorded on 1st of February 25, that is the date on which the transaction actually occurred. Name of the customer Tolly Trading LLC together with the complete details of the transaction will be written under the particulars column. The gross value of each item sold individually will be written under the details column. The total value of the goods sold is also mentioned under the details column. The 10% discount offered to the customer is written under the particulars column. The value of the discount offered, that is $12,500 in the given illustration, will be recorded under the details column. The net value of the goods sold, $112,500, after deducting trade discount, will be shown under the amount column. On 7th February 25, John Trading LLC sold old furniture of the business to Scrap Traders LLC for $200. This transaction will not be recorded in the sales book as only the goods in which the business deals are recorded in the sales book. Transaction T2 is on your screens. On 15th February 25, John Trading LLC sold 1502 kg tea packs at $30 per kg and also sold 1001 kg tea packs at $18 per kg to Kohli Trading LLC at a trade discount of 10%. This transaction will be recorded in the purchase book as displayed on your screens. The date on which the transaction actually occurred, that is 15th of February 25, will be recorded in the date column. Name of the customer Kohli Trading LLC along with the complete description of goods is mentioned under the particulars column. The gross value of each item sold is mentioned individually under the details column. The total gross value of all the items sold is also mentioned under the details column. The trade discount of 10% allowed is mentioned under the particulars column. The value of the discount offered is mentioned under the details column. Net value of $56,700 worth of goods sold is mentioned under the amount column. On 20th February 25, John Trading LLC sold 505 kg sugar packs at $50 per kg to Smart Bakery LLC. This credit sales transaction will be recorded in the sales book as displayed on your screens. This transaction will be recorded on 20th of February 25, that is the date on which the transaction actually occurred. The name of the customer, Smart Bakery LLC, along with the complete description of the goods sold is mentioned under the particulars column. The value of the goods sold, that is $25,000, will be mentioned under the amount column. On the last day of the month, that is 28th February 25, all the sales book transactions are totaled and are posted to the credit of the sales account. Let us take up another illustration of recording transactions in the sales book of Messrs. Holy Trading LLC. Transaction T1 is on 1st of March 25, Holy Trading LLC sold goods on credit to Tube Trading LLC, wide invoice number 920 dated 1st of March 25. The goods sold include 200 electric bulbs at $5 each and 100 tube lights at $10 each. A trade discount of 10% is also allowed to the customer. This transaction will be recorded in the sales book of Messrs. Holy Trading LLC as displayed on your screens. The transaction will be recorded on the date, that is 1st of March 25, on which the transaction actually occurred. Name of the customer, Tube Trading LLC, together with the complete description of the goods is also written under the particulars column. The value of each item of goods sold is written under the sales value column. The total gross sales value is also written in the sales value column, which in our illustration comes to $2,000. The percentage of discount offered is written in the particulars column, while the value of the trade discount of $200 is written in the sales value column. The net sales value of $1,800 of the goods sold after deducting the trade discount is written under the amount column and again in the total column. Transaction T2 on your screen is on 11th March 25, Holy Trading LLC sold electric goods to Tully Electric LLC on credit by issuing a sales invoice number 20, which is dated 11th of March 25. Goods sold include 20 electric heaters at $50 each and 100 table fans at $75 each. The customer also agreed to pay $100 as packing charges. This credit sales transaction will appear as displayed on your screens. The transaction will be recorded on the date of the transaction, that is 11th of March 25. The name of the customer, Poly Electric LLC, along with the description of the goods sold is written under the particulars column. The sales value of each of the items sold is written under the sales value column. The sum total of all the items sold is also written in the sales value column, which in our illustration comes to $8,500. The packing charges extra is written in the particulars column, while the value of the packing charges of $100 is written in the sales value column and again in the packing charges column. The total sales value of the goods of $8,500 is also written in the amount column. The total sales value of the goods of $8,500 plus packing charges of $100 put together are written in the total column, which in our illustration comes to $8,600. On 21st March 25, business sold 100 bulbs at $3 each in cash to Bulb Trading LLC. Since it is a cash sales transaction, it will be recorded in the cash book and not in the sales book. Transaction T3 is on 27th of March 25, Holy Trading LLC sold goods on credit to Molly Electric LLC, wide sales invoice number 120 dated 27th March 25. Goods sold include 10 dozen electric bulbs at the rate of $5 each and 100 power plugs at $2 each. Customer also agreed to pay $25 extra on account of freight charges. This transaction of credit sales will be recorded in the sales book as displayed on your screens. It will be recorded on 27th March 25. The name of the customer, Molly Electric LLC, along with the complete description of the goods sold is mentioned in the particulars column. The sales value of each item sold is written under the sales value column. The sum total of all the items sold is also written in the sales value column, which for this transaction comes to $800. The freight charges agreed by the customer is written in the particulars column, while the value of the freight amounting to $25 is written in the sales value column and again under the freight charges column. The total sales value of the goods of $800 is also written in the amount column. The total sales value of the goods of $800 plus freight charges of $25 put together are written in the total column, which in this transaction comes to $825. On 29th March 25, Holy Trading LLC sold 3 office laptops at $1,500 each to PK Electronics LLC. This transaction will not be recorded in the sales book as the items sold are assets of the business and therefore will be recorded in the journal proper. On last day of the month, that is 31st March 25, the sales book is totaled. In this illustration, the total sales value after deducting the trade discount comes to $11,100 and the total of the freight charges and the packing charges recovered from the customer comes to $25 and $100 respectively. Total column of the sales book will show the total amount of $11,225 receivable from the customer. The journal entry for the sales book discussed in the previous slide will look like as appearing on your screen. The entry will be passed on the last day of the month, that is 31st March 25, by debiting customer account Tube Trading LLC for $1,800, Poly Electrical LLC by $8,600 and Molly Electric LLC by $825. Sales account will be credited with the sum total of all the credit sales transactions, which in this case comes to $11,100. The amount charged to customer over and above the sales value will be credited to the respective chart of accounts of freight expenses account for $25 and packing charges account of $100. Proper narration of the entry will also be written, which in this case is being the sales for the month of March 25. Let us now understand the mechanics of posting of sales book in the ledger accounts. In the particulars column of the sales book, name of the party to whom the goods are sold on credit is written. The amount receivable from the customer is debited to his account by writing the words to sales account and with the value of the goods sold. In addition to the value of the goods, in case any other amount such as freight charges or packing charges is also recovered from the customer, such an amount is posted to the debit side of the customer account by writing the words to freight expense account. Let us now learn the posting of sales book transactions to the ledger account. Abstract of the sales book is displayed on your screens. On 1st of March 25, Holy Trading LLC sold electric goods to Tube Trading LLC on credit for $1,800 after deducting a trade discount of 10%. This transaction will appear in the customer account of Tube Trading LLC as displayed on your screens. This transaction will be posted on 1st of March 25 on the debit side of the account of Tube Trading LLC for $1,800 by writing the words to sales account in the particulars column. On 11th March 25, Holy Trading LLC purchased electric heaters and table fans from Poly Electric LLC on credit for $8,500. An additional amount of $100 is also charged on account of packing charges. Therefore, a total amount of $8,600 is receivable from the customer. Now this transaction will appear in the customer Poly Electric LLC account on 11th of March 25 on the debit side for $8,500 by writing the words to sales account in the particulars column. An amount of $100 charged to Poly Electric LLC on account of packing charges will also be posted on the debit side of Poly Electric LLC by writing the words to packing charges account. Now on 27th March 25, Holy Trading LLC purchased electric bulbs and power plugs from Molly Electric on credit for $800. $25 is also charged as freight charges. Therefore, a total amount of $825 is receivable from Poly Electric LLC. This transaction will be posted in the Poly Electric LLC account as displayed on your screens. The entry will be posted on 27th March 25 on the debit side of the account of Molly Electric LLC for $800 by writing the words to sales account, and for $25 by writing the words to freight expenses account. Now let us understand the posting of the sales account at the end of the month. The sales book for March 25 is displayed on your screens. The total sales done for the month of March 25 will be posted on 31st March 25, being the last day of the month, on the credit side of the sales book for $11,100 by writing the words buy sundries as per sales book. Posting in the packing charges account will happen on the credit side on 31st March 25 for $100 by writing the words buy sundries as per sales book. The posting in the freight inward account will also happen on 31st March 25 on the credit side by writing the words buy sundries as per sales account for $25. In my upcoming video on 6th of September 25, we will continue our journey on special purpose books with more hands-on illustrations and real accounting scenarios. You will learn step by step recording and posting of purchase return and sales return books, opening and closing entries with full journal proper posting to trading and profit and loss account, adjustment entries like outstanding salary, accrued interest, prepaid expenses and more, uncommon transactions like bad debts, asset sale, goods for personal use and insurance claims. Business takeover entries for assets and liabilities will be explained in detail. By the end, you will master how real accounts are recorded, adjusted and closed, all through practical illustrations only, with zero theory. If you enjoy the content of my channel and appreciate my teaching style, please subscribe, share and like my YouTube channel @Accounting Buddy. Thank you and goodbye.